Hey guys, what's going on? Jenko Sports here, bringing you a brand new Football Manager 2015 series now. A lot of you will know that I finished my Charlton series just the other day, so it's time to dive into uncharted territories in the Premier League. Now, don't worry, for any fans of my Charlton series, there will be a video in the coming days with a nice season review, giving us Player of the Year, Team of the Season, blah, 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 all that good stuff. And of course, next year, we're going to stay with Charlton and see if we can make somewhat more of a playoff push into Season 2. So the Charlton series is not abandoned, it's still alive. Brøndby's still coming as well, but I've always wanted to do a Prem save. After it was really more of a hit and miss thing for me. I mean, as you can see on the screen at the moment, we're Leicester, but I've only done 2 Premier League saves in my life. One was with Manchester City on a network save. For anyone that was in that save, you'll know that by December I was fired, because all I did with Man City was replace Man City players with Charlton players. So Jesus Navas was sold and Callum Harriott was bought in, Joe Gomez was starting, then there was the old Timo Horn and Timo Werner, but basically I turned City into an under-18 / Charlton team. Didn't go well. The other save I did was with Hull City. I actually got to the FA Cup final, got twatted, albeit 4-0 by Man City, got fired the next year because I lost the opening 5 or 6 games or something. It wasn't a good spell, but at the end of the day, I want success in the Premier League, and I thought the best team to do it with will be one that was recently promoted this season, so I thought, why not try Leicester City? A lot of you will be aware that I actually did a FIFA Career mode with this team, purely for the same reason that they won the Championship last season. They're raring to go for the Premier League, hoping to stay up and not become a bit of a rubber band team. So I want to try and do that. I want to try and take them to a good mid-table finish if possible. But to start with, that means alleviating the deadwood. Now, Paul Konchesky is on over 30 grand a week, and to be brutally honest, he's not that needed. We've got Jeffrey Schlupp, we've got Richie Delat. He's not going to be that much in demand, so I can save 30 grand a week, get him off. And Andy King as well, bearing in mind who Leicester signed at the start of the year on loan. We've got Nick Powell from Manchester United, alongside Dean Hammond as well, another centre mid. We don't need the extra baggage in there. We don't want to be overclustered with centre midfielders. We can get a solid 2.5 mil for him, so by moving him on quite quickly, we add some money to the transfer budget. Already there, Crystal Palace take the bait and bite for Andy King, so bye-bye to Andy King. Hello 2.5 million, let's go out to our local nightclub and splash it all on booze and kebabs. I thought the next screen I'd logically show you guys will be the tactics screen, and what I'll be most likely playing with this season is not guaranteed, but I think this would work well. There's 2 positions I aim to buy for here. You'll see why. I want Cambiasso CDM, that's got to be the player we build around. Him and Anthony Knockhart have got to be the 2 players we look to shape this team around. Up front, could use a bit of work still, but I reckon we can either play 1 or 2 centre-backs depending on the team we're facing. That formation's still up for a bit of change, but with Cambiasso's magnificently shiny bald head, that and his good leadership qualities, I think he will be an absolute rock in the back end of midfield. So by doing that, I think we can maybe come away with a lucky 1 centre-back formation. If we can't, we can always do a 4-4-2 or just do our old suicide 4-4-2 with the 2 wingers. There's a couple of different variations that I'm looking to play, and we'll see how that goes. But my first real goal was to try and get myself a winger and to try and get myself a striker. I want to get rid of David Nugent, and the main guy I wanted for this team was actually Berahino, and I wouldn't leave West Brom. They wanted 9 million for him, wasn't a chance at all. But for some reason in this game, Crystal Palace actually value both Shamak and Fraser Campbell more than Dwight Gale, which means Dwight Gale is up for cheapest chips pretty much. It's a nice little fee. It's 6.5 million with a couple of clauses and nothing. You know what, if we can somehow maybe get rid of Nugent or Wood, that's a good strike force. We've got Leonardo Ajoa, who was proven at Brighton. We can bring in Dwight Gale, who brings that young unpredictability, the pace, and I sound professional. I've never sounded professional in Football Manager before. There's only been 1 mention of kebabs. This is good. But yeah, Dwight Gale's on his way in then, so we get him on quite good wages as well, 24k. It's not extortionate. And then we look for a winger, and I come across this guy, Pion Sisto. Now, his stats look actually pretty good, but the thing he might actually encounter a problem with is the work permit. He's available for 1.9 million roughly. But obviously, when you send an offer, the teams boot it up to about 60 million because they didn't want to let him go. But Sisto wasn't that bad, able to pick him up for about £3 million there, so really good still, praying he can come in on the work permit. We agree a good contract. The bold regen's all happy there. Look, he's smiling. He's going out tonight with his pimps and his new women and his brand new Maserati. He's going to crash it at a roundabout, and you'll hear about it in the Daily Star tomorrow under some weird feminist article regarding 50 Shades of Grey. That's a rant for another day, 50 Shades of Grey. I'm tempted to go and see that just for the comic purposes, but then again, I might get a few funny looks. Could you imagine that? Walking into the cinema and going, yeah, I'll have a single to watch 50 Shades of Grey, please. No, I'm not in for the smell of fish in the cinema. Yes, I can grow facial hair, you just can't see it. Yep, I'm under 18, and that's what we didn't want to see. Sisto's move has been delayed due to a work permit. It's not good news. We really didn't want to see that because that's a pain in the arse. I've never actually had a work permit appeal come through, so it's a real kick in the teeth there, and we have to look elsewhere for a little demon winger. And that took me a good 40 minutes as well. This is a good 2 hours worth of footage I spent looking for a centre-back, a striker, and a winger. This is all cut. Yeah, you think I'm going to let you guys go with that a little bit of silliness here and there. Holby City's still going to be a thing as we go into the backroom advice meeting. But back onto the cinema discussion, I'll tell you what's not good. Pick and mix at cinemas, alright? Now, lads, you understand me on this. The most romantic thing that guys do normally, if you're in a small town, is take your bird to the cinema, okay? That's just what guys do. We do it, alright? Because we don't have to talk for 2 hours. They're sat next to us thinking it's a good time. And they go under the false pretense that we spend a lot of money on them and also do really cute stuff that happens once. But somehow, Sisto's work permit has been approved. We're bringing in EP1. Sisto. Hey, sister, soul, sister. I know your name, sister. That's not the word, sister. My name is not sis. Anyway, right, back onto the cinema debate. Because there's one thing that is annoying about the cinema. Right, despite all of the positives about the girls finding it really cute and lovely and the potential sneaky arm movement disguised as a yawn. Look at that man's stats! Look at that! For £3 million. £3 million. A hotel costs more than that for a night in London, I'm pretty sure. That's ridiculous. 3 million, and that man is lighting up the stat board greener than a green man's greenhouse, even though it's not green, it's see-through. Can we finally finish this in a debate now? I hope so. Pick and mix, lads. When you're buying your girl, pick and mix, right? She always wants it. She never just wants a can of Coke and some shrimps you got from Tesco. Or she never just wants a Crunchy or some Kinder Buenos you've got from Sainsbury's. If you're going to the cinema, she will demand that you don't just get her a box of Poppets. She wants the pick and mix. Which means you have to spend an extra £14 and 14 minutes whilst you watch her pick out fudge after toffee after heavy object. It's loads of them. Have as many marshmallows as you want. Go mental on flying saucers. Get those little Haribo hearts in there. They do no harm whatsoever. As soon as you go near that fudge and you tell me you're going to fill it up with those stupid strawberry straws that weigh about 18 tons each and taste like garlic, then no, you can leave and I'll watch 50 Shades of Shit on my own. Rant over. Back onto the game. Here is how our potential starting 11 is going to look then. Dwight Gale up front. Look at his stats again. Can we please appreciate this? 17 acceleration. He's got barely any stats under 10 other than tackling. That's a 3. He might need to improve that just a little bit. But look, 3 million. And his stats are through the roof. This is like Joe Gomez level as a winger. Hey sister, soul sister may just be the saviour of Leicester. When Knockout comes back from injury, Sisto on the left, Knockout on the right, big Dwight Gale and Leonardo Aloa up front. This is going to be a big season for us, I reckon. Actually, maybe not, because I just saw there Liverpool signed Dumbia. And who's our first game against? Liverpool! And then we got Chelsea! We've got like 3 of the big 4 in the first 6 games. It's going to be an absolute nightmare to get through. But I haven't felt this optimistic about a save in quite some time. Here's the fixture list, conveniently. As you can see, we start off against Liverpool, then Chelsea, Capital One Cup. We get Newcastle, Southampton, Swansea, Burnley, United, Spurs, and then Everton, QPR. It gets a bit easier as it goes on, but it's not looking too strong to start with. If we can somehow get a 2-3 points out of the first 5 games, I'll be so happy. A couple of draws and maybe a win against Newcastle would be absolutely brilliant for me. But we're going to set the captain. It's obviously going to be Wes Morgan. He's going to be there twatting about. Kasper Schmeichel, the main man in goal. Don't forget, Charlton reject Ben Hamer will be there waiting in the lurks with his big bubbly beard that looks like the inside of an arrow. You just want to munch on it, then you realise it's facial pubes, so you don't want to munch on it anymore. But anyway, we're coming towards the end of this episode now, so I hope you guys have enjoyed it. The first proper episode will be coming up hopefully on Sunday at the latest. So, Leicester versus Liverpool, the Battle of the Elves, going away at, of course, the King Power Stadium. We're not going to Anfield. We're lazy. They're coming to us first game of the season. So if you've enjoyed this episode, don't forget, if you want to join the Kebab Nation, you want to see what's more in this series, if we can somehow keep Leicester in the Premier League and maybe push them towards a mid-table finish with the overall goal of European football within the next 3 years, then hit that subscribe button, hit the like button if you want to see more of this series, because right now this could be the worst idea on the planet. We've got Bristol in the Capital One Cup. Fuck, cheers, boys! But yeah, subscribe if you're new, like button if you like the video. From me, Jenko Sports, I'll see you tomorrow for some more Bromby and Charlton action potentially.